Welcome to Aquafly, a flyboard experience right here on the beautiful Lake Travis. You're looking at one of the fastest growing action water sports to hit the market. If this is your first time visiting with us, welcome. Our job today is to make this one of the most memorable experiences you're ever going to have. Some of you may be looking at this and thinking, that's awesome. Or maybe you're thinking, yeah, that's a little intimidating. Either way, it's safe, fun, and something you've got to check off your bucket list. Before we get you in the water, there's a few instructions we need to go through first. First off, what the heck is a flyboard? Well, by definition, a flyboard is an accessory that attaches to the jet discharge of a personal watercraft, which is also known as a PWC. Basically, the engine from the PWC is attached to a hose, which then is attached to a board that you're strapped onto. As the engine revs up, you begin to move forward and ultimately fly. The unit is capable of pushing 1,000 gallons a minute at 60 psi. So even though it's a toy, it definitely needs to be respected, and it needs to have some safety guidelines as well. First things first, there are a couple of accessories you'll need before we get in the water. We will outfit you with a wetsuit, a Coast Guard certified flotation device, and a helmet, all of which will help keep your body temperature regulated and keep you afloat. We're not going to fly if the wind speed surpasses 35 miles per hour or the waves exceed 3 feet in height. The water gets too choppy and the wind makes it hard to fly. If you've had a few drinks or are under the influence of drugs, sorry, no flying today. If you're pregnant or have pre-existing conditions that may hinder your abilities to control the machine, no flying. No using scuba equipment or compressed air, and if you're wearing glasses or contacts, just keep them out of the water. You will be paired up today with an instructor that will be working one-on-one with you. Be sure to keep an eye out for other watercraft, buoys, docks, channel markers, or any other object floating in the water. Remember, you're in control of the machine. The PWC is just a device that carries the engine. It has no steering control whatsoever. Make sure to never point the jet propulsion towards any person, never dive in murky water, and don't try to mimic any tricks or stunts you're necessarily seeing here. This takes a lot of practice, and if you try it during your first flight, you'll most likely get hurt. Come back another 2 or 3 times and we'll get you doing stuff like this in no time. After you put on your wetsuit and safety gear, you'll enter the water face first. Now you can enter either falling forward like she did here, or you can jump in from the dock and have your feet hit the water first. As we start the PWC, the hose will tug just a bit before it propels you forward. Begin moving through the water to get the hang of the flyboard. Start moving from left to right, making S shapes by moving your legs underwater. Lifting one knee at a time is going to help you accomplish this. Once you understand how to control the device underwater, it's time to elevate. Simply kick your heels down and raise your toes. Lift your chest and the device will start pushing you upwards. As you lock your legs straight and keep your feet flat, the flyboard will begin to lift above the surface. Now it's important to note here, lean forward. The machine has a tendency to push you on your back, so by leaning forward, it'll help you stay level. Once you get your balance, we'll begin to lift you above the surface. Once above the surface, try lifting one knee at a time. This is actually going to help you turn and be able to control the device. All of the power is in your feet, so moving the upper body won't really help you at all. Now, to be clear, you're going to fall. When falling, try to fall face first. If you begin falling backwards, try to rotate so you land on your stomach. Ultimately, this is just going to make it easier to climb back out of the water for your next try. Well, those are the basics. Now it's time to get you flying. Welcome to Aquafly,